Lightyear recently won Financial Interest Awards for the best investing app and the best investing website. It's full of little interactive elements that make investing feel much less intimidating. But don't let that fool you into thinking that this platform is basic. Beneath the surface, there are a whole load of things going on, resulting in little tips and tricks that you can learn to get the most out of the platform. If you're new to using Lightyear, or even if you've had an account for a while, I've got a list of 14 tips for you in this video that will enhance your experience when using both the mobile and the desktop apps. Please note that nothing we say in this video should be taken as investment advice. We are not financial advisors and your capital is always at risk when investing. We'll start with a little bonus tip. You can get free fractional shares worth up to £100 in a stock or ETF of your choice if you sign up to Lightyear using our affiliate link in the description below, or if you use the promo code FIN within 15 days of setting up an account. You can do that in your account here, and you can claim your free shares here. You'll need to deposit at least £100 in order to qualify, but once you do, it'll be credited to your general investment account. If you don't have one of those, it takes less than 2 minutes to get one set up, and Lightyear will literally give you all the buttons you need to press to set it up when claiming the free share. It's super slick and really easy. For full disclosure, this is an affiliate link, so we will get a kickback if you choose to use it, but that doesn't affect your reward at all, so if you are planning on signing up anyway, then you might as well claim a bonus. Terms do apply and your capital is at risk when investing. The value of your investments can go down as well as up. For those of you that are thinking about the future and want to invest passively for the long term, you'll know how important it is to be able to set up recurring investments. If you want to set up recurring investments with Lightyear, you'll need to use something called their investment plans. You can select a mix of up to 60 different stocks and ETFs at the time of recording, all in the same investment plan. Then choose how much of your investment will be allocated to each, how often you'd like to invest, and how much you'll be investing each time. If you scroll all the way down, you'll see the option to create a plan here, and then you can select either a ready-made plan or you can build one yourself. For the create your own option, you simply just select your investments, when you want to invest, and then you'll be prompted to set up a standing order with your bank. Again, you'll be walked through the entire process when doing so, so it is nice and easy. If you're looking to set up a ready-made plan where you don't choose your own investments, you'll be given 3 different options at the time of recording: moderate, growth, and all world. Each portfolio will contain a mix of stocks and bonds that will be divided up based on the amount of risk that you're happy to take on, and each will have an ongoing fund management fee that you'll pay to the fund provider, which in this case is either BlackRock or Vanguard. After you've selected a portfolio, everything else works the same, so you just need to decide how often you want to invest and then set up a standing order. When looking at an investment, you have your key information at the top, and depending on whether or not the market is open, you'll also see the current bid and ask price. If you're someone that really likes to dig deep into fees to know exactly what you might be paying right down to the penny, this feature allows you to do that, and could be really helpful if you frequently buy and sell exchange traded instruments. Lots of other places don't show this difference in the bid and the ask, so it's great to get this added transparency when using Lightyear. Now, if you're using the desktop app, you can scroll down a little further to see the metrics section, and as you can see here, there's an option to switch between basic and advanced. The difference between the two is quite drastic, but thankfully Lightyear have a little information icon next to almost all of the metrics that tells you exactly what it means. If you're more of an active investor who likes to buy and sell individual shares, then this option could be really useful, as it gives you the ability to dive much deeper into a company's financial situation. But if you'd rather not be overwhelmed by the numbers, there's always the basic option for you to use. So let's say you're looking to park your cash inside your investing account while you plan out your next move. You could let it sit uninvested and gain 1% interest every year, or you could take a look at what Lightyear call vaults, where you can gain 3.78% interest at the time of recording, though this rate is subject to change. Now, I should clarify immediately that when using their vaults feature, your money is actually being invested into low-risk money market funds. So if you're in the UK, you're not covered with FSCS protection in the same way as you would be if it wasn't being invested. We have a full video explaining this that I'll link down below if you want any further information. Also, again for those of you in the UK, because ISA rules are subject to change, and there have been rumours that the government will start taxing cash earning interest in a stocks and shares ISA, this might be off-putting for some people. But anyway, if you're okay with your money effectively sitting in cash in a vault, with the trade-off being a higher interest rate, then you can open a vault from your portfolio page here. The interest rates you get from vaults will vary and aim to move in line with the Bank of England's variable overnight rate. There are no minimums or maximums, it's literally just a place you can park your cash if you want to. This next tip is a little more niche, but it could be really handy for a lot of people. Right at the top of your portfolio page, you have a chart of your performance with the options of seeing how things went over set timeframes, like 1 day, week, month, year, etc. But what if I told you that you can track your performance over whatever time frame that you like? I know, right? This is crazy. If you press and hold on the chart with one finger, you'll see the portfolio's performance on that specific day. But if you then use your other finger to drag away, you can see the percentage change over that time period. Sticking to the main portfolio page, I've got another small but potentially time-saving tip for you. In the top left of your screen, you'll see your account icon, which for me is just a default blank face because unfortunately I'm both boring and ugly. But this isn't just any old account icon, it's actually a portal that you can use to teleport between all of your accounts, much like I'm showing you right now. How are you doing that, I hear you ask? Well, it's actually really easy. You just swipe up and down on the actual icon and it'll switch your accounts. Nice. Investing with Lightyear through their desktop app is a little different to using their mobile app, and one of the main ways it differs is when it comes to browsing investments. On desktop you have a stock and fund screener, which is great. This will by default show you all of the investments available on Lightyear, but if you want to narrow things down so you only see the assets that you're interested in, you can use their list of filters over on the right here. As you can see, there are a lot of options to go through, so I won't sit here and explain them all as I'm sure you've got places to be. But I will quickly still show you your options when looking for both stocks and funds. Expanding the basic filters when looking at stocks will let you choose a specific market sector, country, benchmark, and market cap, with the added options of only seeing assets that can be bought inside of an ISA, and filtering by fractional only. The fractional only option is a big one, especially if you're planning to invest a set amount of money each time, as this will allow you to invest all of your money into the market instead of having leftover cash because you had to buy whole shares. The rest of the filters are all quite in-depth, things like PE ratio, dividend yield, return on equity, and so on, but there are some other key options that you should take note of. Under listing, you can choose which currency you'd like to buy in, meaning you can avoid any FX fees if you're happy buying stocks listed in your home currency, and then you also have the ability to filter by things like share price and performance. When browsing funds, you can select which type of funds show up with this filter, and then you have the same options of ISA eligible and fractional only inside the basic set. You can also choose a fund size, select a specific fund manager, whether it's accumulating or distributing, how much you'll pay in annual fund fees, and which countries you'd like to invest into within the fund. You can then hide the filters by clicking here, and you can also add or remove columns from your screener for easier access with this button. Moving over to the mobile app now, and you'll notice that there isn't a single screener in sight, and that's because they simply don't exist. In their place is a full-on explore section, and this will give you a whole load of pre-made filters for you to browse through. If you know what you're looking for, then you can just use the search bar at the top and jump straight to it. But for those of you that want to do a bit of window shopping, scroll down a bit to find the popular this week section. Here you'll see, you guessed it, lists of the most popular stocks and funds for easy access. Just below this are their ready-made portfolios that we looked at earlier, and then you get into their full range of filters. For funds, you can choose between global, regional, and countries if geography is your thing, but you can also filter by other things like sectors and ESG. Stocks can then be viewed by countries as well, with a bunch of different options to scroll through. However, if you wanted to be a little more in-depth with your filters, you have all of the available collections right below this. There are a wide range of these to look through, from biggest gainers to specific industries like aerospace and defense, so you should be able to find what you're looking for. Each of the collections shown here has its own set of filters inside of it as well, so you can order them by their size, performance, name, or dividend yield. Most of the information and statistics on an asset's page are interactive, allowing you to hover over them or sort them by using filters, but one unique feature that you might not have noticed yet is their earnings call section. Here you can listen to the company's recent earnings calls and view the decks at the same time, all within the app. They even have links to the full reports and decks if you'd prefer to read through the information for yourself. Now, even though you could go out and find these calls for yourself, seeing as it is all public information, having them all sorted within the app, ready to listen to with one click of a button, makes life a lot easier. At the bottom of an individual stocks page, you can view a list of different funds that contain that specific stock. And what's really cool is that it will show you the percentage weighting that each fund allocates to the company. Looking down the list, every fund invests a different amount, so if you want more exposure to this stock while still being able to spread your investment out over a load of other companies, you can check this section to make sure that you're choosing the right fund for you. Say you want to invest into the S&P 500, but you're not sure which provider is best to go with. You could go out of your way to research each individual fund from all providers on the market, or you could use Lightyear's fund comparison tool. This sits at the bottom of a funds page and will show you a list of all the funds available to buy on their platform that track the same index as the one you're looking at. So we'll use this S&P 500 fund as an example, although do note that this is in no way a recommendation of what you should invest into. Under the other funds section, you'll see all of the other S&P 500 funds that they offer, along with the fund management fees that you'll pay for each. To take things a step further, you can click through to compare each of these funds against the one you're looking at. And if you do this, you'll see a side-by-side comparison of the funds based on a load of different metrics. Again, the majority of this is interactive as well. All of this info is very valuable, but perhaps the most interesting feature of this fund comparison tool is the top holdings section. This gives you a side-by-side look into the specific weightings of each fund's top 10 holdings. And as you can see, even though both of these funds are tracking the same index, the weightings are completely different. So again, if you're really looking to know exactly where your money is being invested, this tool allows you to find the fund that will divide your money up just how you want it. If you've got a whole bunch of investments inside your portfolio, including lots of different stocks and ETFs, you can come down to the investment section here and click this button to view a heat map of your portfolio. This lets you see how much exposure you currently have to each individual stock or fund, and will show you how they're performing as a percentage. The size of each asset also shows you how much of your portfolio's overall value is attributed to it. So in my case, most of my money is in this all-world fund, which is why it's bigger. Again, that's not investment advice, just an example to show you what I mean. If you click on this small icon just above your investments, you can see a full portfolio look through, giving you a breakdown of your holdings, which market sectors you're investing in, and what countries you cover as well. These features are available on mobile as well, but they'll both pop up when you click this icon here. If you want to see a tailored list of news stories relating to your investments or any assets that you might have added to your watch list, go to your Explore page inside the app and scroll all the way to the bottom. If you're on desktop, these will appear underneath your watch list, which you can access by clicking here. You can either look through everything in one big list, or you can filter by videos or articles depending on how you like to digest information. When looking for an investment using the mobile app, you might have noticed this section at the top of the Explore page titled Lightning Updates. These updates are generated by Lightyear's built-in AI and will highlight notable gains or losses that individual companies are making in real time, allowing you to filter these by gainers, losers, or all. You can see how much the asset changed in value, and you get a brief summary of why the rise or fall happened. The aim of these updates, according to Lightyear themselves, is to turn market noise into meaning with easy-to-use features that are built to inform, not distract. This feature is totally optional to look at, but might help you understand the markets a little better and stay up to date with impactful news that will affect your portfolio. Also, if you go over to the market or sentiment tabs in Lightning Updates, you can find curated market news and how investors have reacted to it. You can then click into each of these segments for further info, and they list all of their sources at the bottom, just in case you're worried about being lied to by a robot. So those were 14 useful tips for using Lightyear, plus a bonus tip. If you already know Lightyear inside out, then firstly, why are you watching this video? But secondly, let us know if you have any other hidden tips or tricks to share in the comments. Don't forget to claim your free shares worth up to £100 using code FIN, or by signing up to Lightyear using the affiliate link in the description. Your capital is always at risk when investing, and the value of your investments can go down as well as up.